My name is Brad Smith. I work in Boulder County Sustainability Office. I do want to make clear I'm a sustainability specialist there. I work with a team of folks, and collaboration is definitely a huge part. No one person can do it alone. Let's see, how many folks knew before a moment ago that Boulder County has a sustainability office? Awesome. Very, very good. So Boulder County has a history of commitment to our environment and preserving our natural resources. Let's see, we work with, well, first and foremost, we internally try and walk our talk because we recognize that before we can ask others to do something, we need to be doing those things ourselves. So we've got a robust plan for how we're going to meet various goals in wastewater, energy internally. And then we also work with various partners such as municipalities, who you'll be hearing from a little bit later tonight, nonprofits, as well as businesses to help move the vision of sustainability forward. Today's conversation is about how are we moving towards a more sustainable future locally. And so before we dive into that, I want to provide you all with some resources on how you all can be the change that we need to see in the world. Let's see, real quick, environmental sustainability plan. This is something that we adopted in 2012, and it's essentially a set of goals and strategies in regards to sustainability, the entire realm of it. There are, I think, 12 different areas in there that range from water to energy, to transportation, to air quality, and that is currently under revision right now. We're changing things up a little bit, revisiting our goals, our strategies, and that will likely be adopted later on in the summertime, so stay tuned there. Let's see, so I love stories. I love stories because I think that they really do change how we function and perceive our reality. I also love art a lot, which is why you're looking at this picture right here. And so I want to start off by sharing a little bit about my story. 10 years ago or so, when I was in school, the story that was going on is that, you know, we're somewhere over here. We're not fully in equilibrium, but climate change is this thing that's coming, and we're trying to do everything we can to prevent it from occurring. And my story has shifted over the years. I now think that we're a little bit closer to somewhere over here, meaning that climate change is here. We're in the middle of it, and it's no longer if it's going to happen, it's when it's going to happen, how will it impact us, and for how long. And I think that's really, really important to distinguish, because I'm no longer looking over here trying to prevent something from happening. I'm in the thick of it, and it's trying to get back to this state of equilibrium that's so, so important. I also want to recognize that this is a really, really overwhelming photo or painting. You know, things are pretty good over here, but if you look to the right, it's very, very overwhelming. And that's oftentimes how climate change comes across to a lot of people. Instead of inducing action, it induces apathy. And one of the things that helps me with that is it's important to look at the larger picture or this systems analysis, but it's also really important to drive that home. How can I change things? And so when I'm looking at the transportation sector and I know that changes need to be made, instead of thinking about all these giant things, how can I simply ride my bike to where I need to go, or take public transit, or get in an EV, or carpool? When I'm thinking about energy systems, these things need to shift, certainly. However, how can I get off fossil fuels in my own lifestyle? And likewise with our agricultural or our food systems. These are huge shifts that need to be made. However, what can I do to be the change? And maybe that's starting a garden in my front yard, or taking part in a community-supported agriculture system. So I want to recognize that while we certainly need to be acting on these larger levels, local government, state, federal, globally, it's also very, very important and very grounding to think, what can I do in my personal life today to be the change? So what I'll be doing today is going through and sharing various services that Boulder County, in collaboration with various municipalities, provides to support our residents in being the change that we all want to see in the world. So before I start, I can talk for hours, as it was alluded to, and I gotta be quick today, so I'm curious, who wants to learn about home energy? And this could be energy efficiency, renewables. Just raise your hand if that's something you're interested in. Okay, great. And how about electric vehicles and electric bikes? Business sustainability? All right, great. And food waste? Cool, I think I hit all of it. I have to say, it's really, really inspirational to see everybody in this room, especially those looking for jobs. How do we create a new story to where we have a green economy, to where we can put everybody to work to be doing, stepping into this new and vibrant future that we really do have the opportunity to make a reality? So how many folks have heard of energySMART? Great. How many people have enrolled or taken part in it? Cool, so this is worthwhile to share. So energySMART is your one-stop shop for all things home energy, including electric vehicles. We provide all residents with a free home energy advisor. And this home energy advisor can help you better understand how your house functions as a system, what kind of upgrades you might be able to take, as well as EVs, which I'll get to. We also have a pre-qualified contractor pool so that you know that when you're doing work, you're doing it with folks who are doing good work and it's going to be effective. And last but not least, we also have financial incentives to sweeten the deal a little bit. So what do you get in addition to what I just mentioned? Your home energy advisor can make recommendations, help you with contractor selection, do big comparisons so we can get closer to apples. Oftentimes, if you want to have insulation done, you'll get one bid that costs $1,200, another one that costs $3,000. Why does it cost different? Your advisor can help you understand these things. They'll also help you with rebates and financing, not just the rebates and financing that we provide, but all rebates and financing that are available within the county, state, or federally. And last but not least, if you end up having a home energy assessment, they'll be installing energy-saving devices such as LEDs. So who can receive these services? All Boulder County residents, regardless of what community you live in. This is something that is accessible to you. We've worked with over 16,000 homes, and 96% of our clients recommend us to a friend. All this is to say is that you're not the first one, and we've really, really fine-tuned this entire service to benefit those who engage it. Let's see. Oh, so home decarbonization plan. Try and say that a couple times quickly. So the home decarbonization plan, this is something new that's come out of conversations with the city of Boulder, Lafayette, and it's how do we get all of our homes and our transportation off of non-renewable energy sources. So how do we switch from natural gas to all electric? How do we get off petrol and onto the sun for our cars? And this is something that you can work with your advisor to take advantage of. You don't need to do all these things at once. These are big, big projects, and we just want to help you take one step towards a brighter future. And that is largely what Brett and Karen will probably be talking about next month, so please do come. It'll be really, really interesting. I won't get too in the weeds today. You can get a home energy assessment. The long story short of this is it's essentially like taking your home to the doctor's office. A number of diagnostic tests will be done so you can better understand how your home functions as a system and really get data to back that up so that we're not guessing here. In this, we'll also check to make sure that your house is functioning in a safe and healthy way, and then you'll get those free energy-saving devices that I had mentioned earlier. Typically, these run about $380 to $400. Through energySMART, you can get it for $185, thanks to a partnership with Xcel Energy. Went over this. We also give out free radon tests. Radon is something that we need to deal with here on the Front Range. We want to make sure that those risks are mitigated. So in addition to checking for the above things, we give out free radon tests. All right, now for some of the fun stuff. EV advising. So we ran a couple of bulk purchase programs years ago, and in that we learned that education was a big portion of adopting these new technologies. So now we'll work with any Boulder County resident to help them figure out, A, is an electric vehicle a good fit for you, or is a hybrid or something else better? And B, if an electric vehicle is a good fit for you, what make and model is there that's going to fit your lifestyle? Once that's decided upon, we'll help you integrate that into your life, talk about charging at home, at work, around town, and then also make sure that you're getting all the state and federal tax rebates and credits available. And then I'll get to an opportunity that's around right now here in a little bit. So if you want to learn more, like 80 or 100 spots left. So if you're interested, I would go to that URL sooner than later and sign up. The other piece is Xcel Energy is currently running a bulk purchase program right now for the Nissan Leaf. In addition to the state and federal tax credits, which amount to about $12,500, I think, there's an extra $3,000 rebate that you can take off. And I will, after this presentation, I'll go ahead and upload that URL to Boulder County Deals, so just give it a look tomorrow if you're interested. Partners for a Clean Environment, I think I see Amber in the back here. So Partners for a Clean Environment, similar to energySMART, it's a free business sustainability advising service that runs county-wide. We work heavily with the city of Boulder on this. However, all businesses in Boulder County are eligible. We give free advising in the areas of energy, waste, transportation, and water. How many folks here own a business? All right, awesome. How many folks support local businesses? Great. So for those who own a business, check this out. We'd love to give you free advising. We also want to recognize you for your efforts. And for those of you who support local businesses, do ask if the businesses that you support are engaged in PACE or even if they're certified in one of these areas. This is a great way for every time we vote, or every time we spend $1, we're voting. So are we voting for things that align with our values? And I would think that the values of this program likely align with most of your values. So next time you're shopping, ask them if they're involved with Partners for a Clean Environment, or you can look for a sticker or a poster in there that lets you know if they're certified or not. You can also learn more at pacepartners.com. And last but not least, Lee Ratterman, who is our zero waste specialist, she's been working with a number of folks countywide on a food waste awareness week. I love the slogan, if you care about blank, you care about waste. Everything relates back to food, and some wild statistics that I learned recently is that 40% of our food in the United States is wasted, meaning it ends up in a landfill. So there's a huge, huge room for improvement. I also learned that I think 1 in 8 people in Boulder County are considered to have, I think it's like food scarcity, or they don't have food security. And so we're wasting a lot of precious resources that a lot of people don't have access to. So you can go to bouldercounty.org/food waste to partake in this campaign that's going on. We'll be sending out emails with tips and tricks and tools to reduce our food waste and create more awareness around this topic. This is something that, you know, every week we go and get groceries, and oftentimes some of the old stuff gets thrown out. So how do we begin to reduce that? And food waste is also very, very linked to water. Every time we're throwing out veggies, we're throwing out a lot of water that was used to produce whatever food that is. Somehow I think I covered just about all of that in 12 minutes. So I really just want to say thank you, everybody, for being here. While times are very, they feel like they're very much in flux right now, I think it's a huge opportunity for us to change what we want to live into. And I think that, you know, a better and brighter future is certainly a part of that. It doesn't need to be what we saw on the far side. It can be what we saw closer to me. So yeah, continue to be the change you want to see in the world, and let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to chat. Thank you.